We're seeing some incredible scenes coming out of New Zealand's parliament where a reading on a controversial Maori rights bill has had to be suspended after a protest during the vote. Let's take you live to our correspondent, Jack Nyhoff. He's at the Beehive for us. Jack, what happened?
Ash, this very well could be unprecedented. That protest happened as the vote was happening, as that procedure was moving forward. So it's unclear whether that vote was officially recorded in the House. A member of Te Pāti Maori, which is a minor opposition party, broke out in a haka before the entire opposition rose to their feet. We also understand members of the gallery as well joining in on that haka, protesting during this vote on this extremely divisive bill. This happening just moments ago, just before you came to me, the gallery filing out at the order of the Speaker. Let's bring you that moment.
New Zealand.
11 votes in favour.
New Zealand first.
8 votes in favour.
Te Pāti Maori.
E ono ngā pōti e whakahe. Kawana! Ka whakamanu whiriti a koe au! Kamate, kamate,
The House is suspended until the ringing of the bells.
Absolutely incredible scenes to come out of a parliament during a formal vote. As I say, this very well could be unprecedented. Mass protest on this divisive bill, constant interjections during the debate before that vote, including a Labor MP, an opposition MP who had to be ejected from the chamber by the Speaker. This comes at a time where thousands are marching over 9 days, 650 kilometres from the country's north down to the country's south. 40 members of the King's Council have also written to the government to oppose this controversial piece of legislation. You're probably wondering what that piece of legislation is exactly. It's a bill which seeks to reinterpret the country's founding document, a treaty between the British Crown and Maori tribes, which was signed back in 1840. This legislation doesn't rewrite that treaty, but it will change how that treaty is interpreted in modern legislation. Opponents argue that this is getting rid of rights that Maori negotiated, that they say they negotiated in 1840, things that give them decision-making powers over their land and over decisions which impact iwi directly. This bill is being led by one of the three coalition partners, the ACT Party and David Seymour. We spoke to him before this debate started.
Every problem is harder to solve when you divide people up by their ancestry. It's only when you recognise common humanity and say, you know, any person can have a good idea and they should all be treated with equal dignity that you're better able to solve the various problems we have.
This bill should not have the air to breathe. It shouldn't have the air to breathe right from the start. And you will wait in anticipation to what we will do and what we are prepared to do to ensure that our voices are absolutely heard in this House.
This bill is so divisive it even has the New Zealand government, the coalition divided. National has only agreed to support it as part of the agreement on this first reading, which was interrupted. The Prime Minister has been extremely strong in saying he won't support it on the second reading. So if that vote, if Parliament is to resume and that vote is to eventually pass, Ash, it means it will go to Select Committee public consultation for 6 months and then likely be voted down by the majority party of this three-way coalition, the National Party, at the second reading. Ash?
Jack Nyhoff with that breaking news in New Zealand there. Thanks so much, Jack.